And Grace Harris finished it off in style. Nobody thought that we were headed for such a dramatic finish to this match. We were all thought, given the equation that UP did not have a chance because at one point they needed 53 of the last 3 overs, but the UP Warriors showed that they're here for business. And in the first match that they played of this season, they have announced themselves. What a way, what a finish! Exactly for what purpose the WPL was brought about, and it is living up to its billing. This whole competition, we've seen 3 games, two of which we saw teams cross the 200 mark. Here though, there was a stiff target, a rather big target I would say, that the UP Warriors were asked to chase, and yet again we've seen for the first time now in fact that the chasing team has gone ahead and won the match. UP though would be extremely pleased with the way things panned out, because towards the end, right when you thought that the match was slipping away, in came Grace Harris, and she lived up to that reputation of being a big hitter. And she's done it for the national team in the national colors. We've seen her do that, but just exactly the role that she was brought in for, she has delivered the goods. And as far as the Gujarat Giants go, well, two back-to-back defeats for them at the same venue, so no change of luck despite a change in captaincy, a change in leadership for them. Sloppy fielding towards the end, in a thriller. The last thing you want to see is, a sloppy effort in the field, which we saw of the second last delivery, which just meant that Grace Harris and the UP Warriors needed 1 run of 2 deliveries. But Grace Harris finished it off in style, like we said earlier as well. She hit a 6 off the last ball, and even though they needed 19 off the last over, that for Grace Harris was well within her reach. What an effort there, a top effort from the UP Warriors. They were chasing this game. Remember, at one point the gulf between the number of runs left and the balls remaining was pretty wide. But UP will be extremely happy to have managed to seal this victory with 1 ball to spare. Remember, there were still a couple of wickets that they had in hand, but but nonetheless, top effort from the UP Warriors after being asked to chase 170 runs at the DY Patil Stadium in Navi Mumbai. Quickly, let me just talk you through as to how the batsmen fared. Alyssa Healy was the captain, and well, she couldn't get off to the kind of start that you would have hoped for, scoring 7 runs off 8 deliveries. Shweta Sharawat, the Indian under-19 vice captain, who was crown champion in South Africa just about a couple of weeks back. Not a good outing for her as well, but a long tournament. She can hope for better performances. But Kiran, who batted at number 3, showed her class, and it was her knock that in many ways brought UP back into the game. She scored 53 of 43 deliveries. It didn't quite come at the pace UP would have liked given the target, but it was a knock that they needed because she stuck around and she gave she just kept UP in the chase and kept the pressure on the Gujarat Giants. Talia McGrath, though, a golden duck for her. And Deepti Sharma then came in, scored 11 of 16, and then came the showstopper Grace Harris, who then took things in her own hands, and she only dealt in boundaries, to say the least, because she scored 7 fours and 3 huge sixes, one of which was of course the winning runs as well that came off her bat. So 59 runs of 26 balls, operating at a strike rate of 226, exactly what she was brought by the UP Warriors for, and no doubts about her caliber over there. And as long as Gujarat knew, as long as Grace Harris is there in the middle, their chances of victory are going to be slim. A much better effort though, speaking of Gujarat, with the bat, because yesterday they tumbled for a paltry 70 odd run, but much better effort on this wicket today at the DY Patil Stadium from the Gujarat Giants. Still though, no points for them. 2 matches, 2 losses for them, back-to-back defeats, and they've got some thinking to do as to what they can do to get to winning ways. One mention though, when you speak of Gujarat Giants, as far as their bowling goes, very expensive. Most bowlers are going for more than 7 runs and over. But Kim Garth, beg your pardon, getting a 5 for in this match, a second 5 for that we've seen today, because earlier we saw in that game between Delhi and Bangalore that took place. There was a 5 for that was taken there, and then Kim Garth has now taken the second 5 for in the history of the Women's Premier League. Interesting, very very interesting as to how the match panned out. An absolute thriller, and this is exactly what the Women's Premier League was introduced for. It's serving its purpose well. Just the second day of the tournament, and the viewers are getting exactly the kind of entertainment they would have hoped for from this particular lead. Let me, before wrapping this broadcast up, quickly see if there's any comments that we can take. Yeah, a couple of you mentioning about the wide ball. I will, in fact, agree with a couple of you. Aditya Kavlekar saying it was an unlucky wide for Gujarat, and I think Uday makes a similar point as far as that wide is concerned. I'd agree that yes, it's a good rule as far as that rule introduction is concerned. I do welcome the rule, but the second wide, though, even I had my doubts if that was a wide. And even though everything was going in favor of the UP Warriors, it's these decisions that really make a difference at times. It changes the whole feeling, it changes the body language, and you need a couple of decisions to go your way, especially when you're on thin ice. So Gujarat unlucky in some way, I would say, but overall, if you have a look at it, the UP Warriors, of course, will be the happier team, and Grace Harris was all smiles and she was jumping around as she got her team over the finish line. We hope you like the broadcast, and like we always tell you, do show us some love. Like, share, and subscribe to Sports Day, and do not forget to follow us on all the platforms, because we're going to be giving you updates across sports like we always do. There is, remember, a football match happening at the Anfield as well. If you're a United fan, you won't be pleased. Neither am I at the moment, because United are 2-0 down as we speak. And yeah, lots of action happening elsewhere as well. The race in Bahrain just ended, and you can go check out our YouTube page as well, because we've got you covered as far as that F1 race in Bahrain is also concerned. For now, my name is Harshit Ahuja. Thank you so much for joining me on this broadcast. See you soon.